everybody, today we are going to be doing a video with the difference. It's all about pink and white. Everybody knows they are my colors. I absolutely love them, and I'm sorry I'm not looking too glam, but it has been really cold in Melbourne. It's absolutely freezing. We should be having some warm weather, but at the moment we're all in jumpers and coats because we have had pouring rain for well over a week and a half. Anyway, let me turn the camera around. I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. So here I am, everyone with everything. So you can see that I have chosen the dark sort of pink. I also chose a beautiful petal pink and white. They are the ones that I'm going to use. Now, if you're looking to get something like this, all you need to do is go and Google suppliers for blanks, which is BLANKS. And no matter what country you're in, there's lots and lot of craft suppliers that actually do blanks. And that means that you're just getting it plain and then you're going to decorate it. So whether you're looking for this or whether you're looking for like an acrylic key ring or any of those things, that's what you're going to look for. So here are some that I've already started doing. So I thought, look, we will just have a little chat while I do them. I've already cut them and I'm going to explain a little bit about that. And then inside here, if you can see, let me just do this so that you can see nice and close. And then that is the lid. So it comes with a lid. It also comes with a straw. They are super duper darling and absolutely cute. I mean, so this is sort of one as well. This is a different one that I have just done. Doesn't it look really gorgeous? And these are a DTF sticker. I think that's what it's called, which is like sort of a glossed or embossed type kind of sticker, which are these ones here. I got mine from a company called Crafty Space. I will leave their links down below. And you know, you can get them from AliExpress, lots of different places, but do remember that the quality is not the same. Some on AliExpress are not, the quality isn't as good as the lady that I got mine from. If you can kind of see how it looks, it sticks out a little bit, so like yeah, it's really good. And anyway, all you do is you literally take it off there, but it's not as easy as just sticking it on the jar. You do actually have to prep this sticker just a little bit. So I'll show you how I'm doing mine, and hopefully that helps if you're going to make anything like this at all. And you can use this to make a key ring or you know, even earrings if you get the plain disc, and you can put them on the earrings, anything like that at all. Anyway, let's get making. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am actually sitting at my dining table because, no laughing everyone, but as you all know, doing a shop means that I had to be thrown out of my little studio while everything gets built, because I'm storing lots of things inside there because it's a bit of a juggling act. And at this stage, I'm hoping to open the shop in December, but to be really honest, I'm actually a bit concerned that that's not going to happen. I think maybe it may be even the end of December. I mean, you know, hopefully it will be open before that, but it costs a lot of money and I don't have a loan. I'm just doing this as I can. So basically, that's why I'm inside anyway, but I'm sure you won't mind. So now basically what I'm doing here is I do have my little, you know, the DTF. So I've cut around it because this is kind of where I want it to go. So if I show you, it's basically going to sit here on the mug. So when you get them, you can cut some of them out. So I've cut, I'll see if I can find another tiny one, and I'll find it to show you what I did. So here you go. I've cut the tiny bits out because then I can place them wherever I want, because I don't want them placed exactly, because if you remember that this is wider at the top, smaller at the bottom, so it means that it would need to be in a sort of sphere type shape. And of course the ones that I have actually got, these plain ones, they come in a sort of rectangle. So anyway, I decided to cut them to make sure they sit the way I want them to sit. So basically what I do is I turn them upside down. I just use a ruler and just give them a bit of a press so that they're going to adhere. Now, the thing when I first started, I just thought, oh yeah, you just undo it and pull the sticker off, but you don't, because if you do that, sometimes it gets stuck on this and it just doesn't look very nice. So you do need to do this prep work. I've already cleaned the jar I'm going to use as well. You just use some isopropyl. I just used 70% isopropyl and 30% water and mixed that together, sprayed it and cleaned the jar and let it air dry. So that's basically what I did. So I've already made one of these, but so I've just got this old cloth. This is nothing exciting, just what I use for things like this. And then basically we are going to put that on like that when we get ready. But before we do that, so now once you've done that, it's really hard. And because I am a serial nail biter since I was 2 years old and I'm now 51, so clearly that habit is never going to stop ever. So all we're going to do is try and find the end, and you can see, if you can see that, you just kind of pull them apart, and then, you know, try not to put your hands on these little sticker bits because they can come off on your hand. So you want to just find a clear bit that has nothing on it. And then basically, if you can see how I'm really slowly pulling it off, I actually did one for my daughter. So I made a Stitch one, you know, I'm sure you know the cartoon Stitch. I actually made that, and Stitch is quite big, so he came off really easy. But I did another one which is called Boss, and it's got like eyelashes and things like that. And that was much, much harder to get off, and little bits got stuck. So I ended up having to go, okay, I need to be realistic here. How am I going to do this? So anyway, we've got this, as you can see here. So now what we're going to do, I will show you. Basically, I just find where I want it to go. I mean, you don't have to be perfect. I'm just going to sit it into the middle. So now we've got it like this, and then all I do is, you know, from the middle out. So you stick the middle down, press it down, and then sort of go and just press it to the outside until it's all wrapped around. Now I don't, the one thing I found since I've been doing it, not that I've done them that long, but the one thing that I found that works the best is if I leave it on here for a few minutes and then peel it off. So then once it's on here, once again, I get my ruler. If you have a Cricut, you know, pushing thing, or an old credit card or something, you can definitely push them down, but it's just to make sure they stick. And all these, because if you can see, this has got tiny little branches and things, they're the ones that peel off. So the tiny little bits are the bits that get stuck and peel off and ruin your design. So that's what it's going to look like. And then I'll show you the other one that I've already made, which is this one. And can you see, I cut the flowers and then I've just sort of placed them around, and it does look really, really pretty. So I'm going to find those as well. So you can peel this one off and go to the next, but what I actually did is I just decided, look, I'm just going to stick them on here, and I want them to be pretty much the same, because otherwise people are going to say, oh well, on the website it's a little different. So, you know, whatever you do on one, you kind of want them all to look very similar. So I'm just going to kind of look at my design, and then I've got all these pieces here. These are all bits that I cut off. So I want to make sure, like I said, that these are all going to stick and just look a little bit beautiful. So, and there's some that have a straight line, and then of course that would be better for the top. So, you know, you can see it's got a straight line at the top here. Anyway, and then that's basically what I'm going to do. But for today's exercise, I think we've left this. So I'll show you. Now all you're going to do is find a little bit at the top and peel it. Now don't just rip it off. You have to be really, really gentle and slow. And that's the one thing I found when I pulled it really fast, it got stuck and I ruined it. And you want to kind of pull it on a little bit of an angle. And I did look for a few videos on this, and I didn't actually see that many people having videos explaining how to gently get them off and not ruin the design. So if you can see, I'm just doing this. And also, of course, I am as we all know, I'm a soap and candle maker. But if you have a shop, or even if you have an online, maybe you want something else, especially around Christmas time, you might sort of want something that you think, oh, well, you know, it's a gifty thing, and then maybe it might come in handy on your site. People might buy them because, you know, Christmas is coming up. Everyone's always looking for those little designs, aren't they? And extra little gifts. And can you see this bit here? I don't know whether you can see, some of it's stuck to the thing, and that's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, I first thought, oh yeah, it's just stickers, we just stick it on, they'll come straight off. Well, how silly was I? You know, it doesn't work like that at all. Like I said, honestly, you got to take your time and be really gentle trying to get them off, because otherwise you'll just ruin the whole thing. And I definitely have noticed that myself. So you might do one side and then go to the other and really, really slowly just peel it off. Look, you might get a little bit stuck on, but you just want the main amount to come off. So if you can see, it's come off. And there's different ways of doing this as well. This is just one way. Of course, there's so many different things you can do. There's the other one, I think it's called subliminal, where they like sort of cook the product onto it, like they bake it onto it. I didn't want to do that. It just looked a little bit difficult for me, to be honest. Now, I want to show you why I'm doing this. Now, if you can see, there's a few little leaves on there, and that's what I mean. Obviously, I'm doing this to show you, but sometimes you're going to have things stuck on there. But generally, you want to make sure it's looking a bit beautiful, don't you? So anyway, that's my little tip on how I've done things. And like I said, I just kind of think, just practice and see what works for you. And we're going to put this little one here. So that's what I mean. I've got all of these ones. So the same thing. We're just going to, it's not as bad because this is the back of it. And it's a little one, sorry, not the back, but it's little. When they're little, they're much easier to work with. But the big main bits are really hard to work with. So anyway, like I said, I thought because I was doing this, maybe I'll just show you what I'm up to. And, and look, all of these things cost money. This actually cost me several $100s just to actually buy these, because, you've got to buy them in bulk. There's no good buying it and it's not in bulk, because then you've got one cup. Like, you want to have quite a few. I think I bought 60, 20 of each colour. So, that did cost a bit of money. And then, of course, I bought these. I think all up I've spent, I'm going to say $480 with these and the stickers. Now, I'm going to take, they're not stickers, but let's just call them that. These stickers, they're not cheap. So when you're buying one of these mugs, expect to pay, $20 or more. I think I'm going to have mine for about around 20 on my site, because I don't want them to be too expensive. But, it's good that people understand that, you've handcrafted this. It's not, it's not just been sent from overseas to you or anything like that. But anyway, so that's the thing, you need to make sure that you're charging enough money so you can make some money as well. And why we're talking about all this, I don't know whether many of you have actually noticed, and I've been shocked with this, how many of our shops at the moment are really expensive for products and things like that. So some of these milk containers, like this is called a milkshake blank. So if you're looking for one, it's called a milkshake blank. I think it says 16-ounce milkshake blank, but don't quote me on that. It might be a 24-ounce, because I don't know ounces very well. We use grams here. But yeah, when I was actually looking, even in my local shop, where you get your groceries, they have sort of like a section where they have cups and mugs and things like that. Do you know, one of the mugs that was a double-walled mug, and it wasn't a Frank Green, because I know that's a big label one, it was $50 at my local Woolworths. I was so shocked. And I said to my 15-year-old daughter, oh my goodness, look how expensive that is. So that's the thing. And I see some people, when I looked at even the subliminal tumblers that you can get, some of those subliminal tumblers, they're like $20 in Australia before you even make anything. So that's why they charge $35 to $55. Like, the average one I've seen around is around $50 in Australia to buy it once they've got the beautiful pattern and everything on it. So I guess it is kind of an investment to buy, but it's just a really nice gift, I guess, if you've got someone special that will love it. But yeah, I've been actually really shocked at the price of a lot of things at the moment. I mean, if you're in Australia, you'll know at the moment Australia is outrageous for our prices on everything. The cost of living is so expensive. A lot of people literally can't afford to live. I mean, I'm so lucky that my husband has a good job, so You know, I don't need to work if I don't want to work, like realistically, but I'd be so bored, you know. I mean, we're not wealthy by any means, but, you know, like we could still survive is what I guess I'm saying, you know. But yeah, crazy, isn't it? Like the world is... Seriously, I feel so sad for the next generation being able to afford things. It's just absolutely crazy. Now, also make sure with my videos, if you love what you see, make sure you give me a thumbs up. It really does help me. And don't forget to subscribe so you can see all the fun stuff I'm doing. I'm going to try and bring you lots of things as we go along with my shop as well. So hopefully it gives you some inspiration if you're thinking of doing something similar yourself. And I actually got the idea of doing the shop from home from a lady that I actually seen in the UK, and she was doing it, and I thought, wow, what a great idea. So that's where my idea came up from, to be really honest. So yeah, and look, it's worked out well for me so far. So yeah, anyway, doesn't that look really cute? So I really love it. So we've done this one here, and like I said, I thought this video was all about, let's just have a chat and see what I'm up to, and so on. Oh, and I'll show you. See, this is the other one that I said I made. And because it's got all these little tiny bits and the really tiny thin mascara brush, this was actually really hard to get this one on. This was definitely the hardest one that I've done to date. I did another dog one that was not too hard. And the easiest one I've done, which I don't sell this is Stitch, and obviously it's a trademark one, so I don't sell this at all, but this is actually, I made this for my daughter, so that's the only reason I bought one of these to make for her. But if you want to make it for yourself or your kids or grandkids, or a friend down the road, you know, I'm sure you can go to lots of these suppliers and get them. As I said, it was Crafty Space, so I will actually leave their link in the description down below where I actually got these DTFs from. And like I said, if you want a milkshake thing, I won't give the name of the company, but just Google them wherever you are, and hopefully, you know, like I said, that does sort of help you a bit. But on Patreon, I'll give a few more tips and tricks. So if you want to join us on Patreon, do join us over there. I always give all the suppliers and all the links and everything to my Patreon members over there. And it is a paid subscription from $5 right up to $100, depending on what you want. The average person would usually take, so the $10 Patreon level is the most popular as well, and the higher levels I'm actually starting, I've opened a shop on there too, so it's like a digital platform, so you can purchase the digital prints. But if you're in the two higher levels on my Patreon, then anything digital that I bring will be free. You can use it as you please, but the other levels need to actually, you know, purchase them, which they're only $5 anyway. But anyway, I hope today, like I said, it's been a little bit helpful, and I'll show you a couple of these before we go. So these are a few that I've cut. So even if you get one, like this actually had another section on the side, which I have cut and I will put on. But if you sort of feel like, you know, you only want to use a section, then you could use that. Like if you were doing a key ring, for instance, you might just want to put this milk, you know, like the latte kind of container on it, and that's it. So then you've got all the other things that you could use for something else. So anyway, that's just a little bit of a trick if you're thinking of doing something else, or you want to just use the eyelashes. I mean, there's just lots of ideas, isn't there? Anyway, but that's for that. And like I said, the Highland cow that I did, he has lots of flowers on it, so you could easily just cut them and put them on a key ring or something else if you want to make something a little bit different. So I have got these new containers. I definitely have just got in my new lotion containers, and I'm also doing my soap whip soon. I'm still in the process of reformulating my soap whip a little bit, and I promise to bring that to you as soon as I possibly can. Anyway, I will see you on the next videos, my friends. Bye.